Namaste. Welcome to Sujit Talks. My name is Sujit Billar, registered migration agent. This video is about initial entry date travel facilitation. If you have a valid visa, we are talking specifically about family visas here for a start, be it parent visas, partner visas, child visas, or other family streams. If you're a holder of those and your initial entry date has lapsed and you couldn't come to Australia due to coronavirus and other travel reasons, you can't make it, but your visa is still valid, what you can do is apply for a travel facilitation letter. You can do it on the immigration website. Now, in this form, you have several questions, and one of the questions is to select the right subclass. So, not all the subclasses are eligible for this because this is mainly about family visas, and even in family stream, you should not be holding a 300 prospective marriage visa. That is not eligible for this. Now, we are only talking about initial entry date lapse. We are not talking about a visa getting expired or your permanent residence visa is usually 5 years. We're not talking about those people whose 5 years has also lapsed. You did not make it to Australia, or you made it, you had the initial entry date already, but you couldn't come back within that 5 years span, which means that you should go for the resident written visas. Now, if you're in that group and thinking that somehow Australia will give you one more year to come, or the visa will be extended for another year due to COVID 19, that's not true. That is not happening right now because the visa validity could be extended just like that. Even the initial entry date, they couldn't give you any new initial entry date. They will only give you permission to enter after the initial entry date if you couldn't do it before. Now, they have this travel facilitation form or letter for these subclasses mentioned, the family ones. But what about the skilled ones like 189 or 190 who couldn't come? Or what about 491 or 489? Because they also have this travel condition, that is the initial entry date. So they haven't talked about that in this travel facilitation letter. We need to wait and see if they will have something similar to that, and if at all, even if 189 and 190 is included, if that will be extended to 491 or even 489 is another question. Major thing here is, what you have to understand is the initial entry date is not extendable. It is just a permission after initial entry date, whether you could come or not. For example, you are on a 189 on 190 and your initial entry date has lapsed. It doesn't mean that automatically your visa is cancelled. You must contact the department to let them know when you want to travel, and get their reply saying that okay, it is okay to come, and you can take that letter and present it at airport wherever you get down in Australia. It's always good to have that permission with you if you're traveling after initial entry date. So resident written visa aspirants and those whose PR is about to expire and you have a chance to come to Australia somehow, you must come. Otherwise, you have to lodge a RRV. And in resident written visas, it's not just the compelling circumstances usually, but it's more of substantial ties than compelling circumstances. And not everyone should be able to demonstrate compelling circumstances, but everyone should demonstrate substantial ties. So if you're giving that reason, 2020 is all COVID-19, so I couldn't come. What about 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019? What have you been doing? Why didn't you come to Australia before that? And what are the substantial ties? Would you not be able to develop substantial ties in the last 4 years, barring 2020? then you might not be meeting the resident written visa requirements. So, if you're after resident written visa, if you're after travel exemption, be it you're on a temporary visa or a permanent resident visa, even if you're a citizen seeking to go out of Australia, you need a travel exemption. So, if you need advice related to all these things that are happening during COVID-19, you can simply go to sujittalks.com, schedule a phone or a video consultation session with me, Sujit Billa, registered migration agent based in Melbourne. If you're new to this channel, subscribe to Sujit Talks on YouTube. Make sure that you click on the bell icon to get notified. If you're watching me on Facebook, make sure that you like my Facebook page, Sujit Talks. I'm also on Twitter these days, so follow me if you can on Twitter, Sujit Talks. It's the same name everywhere. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, namaste.